Welcome to Productivity Techniques Everywhere and Anywhere podcast series. I'm your host and I'm here to talk on the time boxing topic today in this section of the series. We will dive into the insights and detail stories and useful tips and tools that might be of help to build, grow, or innovate in our day to day life. So grab a coffee, find a comfort spot, and let's jump into our topic time boxing. In recent years, the concept of time boxing has gained traction among productivity enthusiasts and time management experts. Time boxing is a scheduling technique where you allocate a fixed block of time to a task and focus solely on it during that period. While initially promising, this method has revealed mixed results for its users, primarily due to the challenges of adhering to the tight schedules. This article explores the concept of time boxing, its benefits, limitations, and strategies for effective implementation, and a detailed examination of each aspect. In the end, we also can review a time boxing story for fun. So, what is the concept of time boxing? Time boxing involves setting specific time slot for a task and integrating them into your daily schedule. For example, you might allocate 2 hours in the morning for a certain work followed by an hour of administrative task in the afternoon. This technique is built on the principles of time limitation to enhance focus and efficiency. The origin of time boxing can be traced to James Martin's book Rapid Application Development. By setting a fixed duration for each task, individuals can prevent procrastination and ensure steady progress. Moreover, time boxing encourages a result oriented mindset where the focus shifts from a task completion to a time utilization. Even before we go any further, let's see what is an event and a task. A common pitfall in time boxing is the failure to distinguish between tasks and events. This distinction is important for maintaining an organized and efficient schedule. Events. These are time bound activities that occur at a specific time and place. Examples include meetings, coaching classes, drawing classes, music classes, appointments, etc. Events require precise scheduling as they involve multiple participants and fixed timelines. For instance, a meeting at 11 a.m. is a non negotiable commitment that must be added to your calendar. So, tasks. Tasks, on the other hand, are actions that need to be completed but lack strict time constraints, like writing reports, replying to emails, developing, coding, testing, or planning a project are examples. These tasks can be performed at any point during the day or week, as long as they are completed by the required deadlines. These belong in a task manager rather than a calendar to avoid clutters. By clearly defining tasks and events, users can avoid the mental pressure caused by overloading calendars and ensure realistic planning. Let's look at the benefits of time boxing. Time boxing offers several benefits that make it an appealing choice for productivity management. The first one is enhanced focus. Allocating dedicated time block minimizes distraction and ensures deep work. By focusing only on the task at hand, you can achieve higher quality outputs in the short time spans. Better time management. Time boxing leverages Parkinson's law, which states that work expands to full the time available. Setting limits encourages efficient and prevents tasks from dragging on unnecessarily. Reduced pressure. Pre scheduling tasks ensure a balanced workload, helping you prioritize essential activities without overloading your schedule. Improved productivity. By deciding uninterrupted time to specific activities, you cultivate a rhythm of steady progress, which translates to higher order productivity. And the last one is accountability. Time boxing creates a structured framework that holds you accountable to completing tasks within the allocated duration. Now, let's talk about some of the challenges of time boxing. Despite its many advantages, time boxing has inherent challenges that users must navigate. The first one is inflexibility. Life is unpredictable, and rigid schedules may not account for interruptions or unplanned tasks. This can lead to frustration and inefficiency if adequate adjustments are not made. The second one is overestimation of capabilities. The planning error, a cognitive bias where individuals underestimate the time required for tasks, often results in unrealistic schedule. This can lead to incomplete work and feeling of inadequacy. The next one is overscheduling. Filling every minute of the day with tasks can cause mental exhaustion and reduce motivation. A packed calendar leaves little room for unforeseen events. And the last one is implementation hurdles. Transitioning to a time boxing framework requires time and effort to adapt. Beginners may struggle to accurately estimate for task duration or effectively prioritize activities. Let's talk about the strategies for effective time boxing. Implementing time boxing effectively involves thoughtful planning and iterative refinement. Here are some strategies to maximize its benefits. Number 1, start small. Begin by allocating 1 or 2 time boxed sessions daily. Gradually increase as you become more comfortable with the technique. The next one is iterative planning. Treat your schedule as a dynamic tool. Review and adjust daily plans based on what works and what doesn't. For example, if creative work in the afternoon feels unproductive, experiment with scheduling it in the morning. The next one is categorize tasks. Divide tasks into categories such as communication, creative work, and administrative duties. This helps streamline planning and ensures that similar tasks are grouped together. Next is using tools and technology to assist with time boxing. Some of them are as follows: Toggle, a powerful time tracking app that monitors the duration of tasks and provides detailed analysis. Here is how to use Toggle effectively. First, set up project and tasks. Begin by categorizing your work into projects and tasks. For instance, separate client reports and team meetings as distinct categories. Next is start and stop timers. Use Toggle's simple timer feature to track the time spent on each task. Hit start when you begin using and stop when you finished. Next, analyze time data. Review the detailed reports and visualize breakdowns provided by Toggle to identify patterns such as where you are spending too much time or which tasks consume the most effort. Integrate with tools. Toggle integrates with other productivity apps like Trello, Google Calendar, and etc. to ensure seamless time tracking. Leverage reminders. Toggles idle detection and reminders help ensure you don't forget to log activities, maintaining accurate time data. The next tool on the list is Google Calendar. Google Calendar is a versatile and user friendly tool for managing time boxing. Here is how to utilize it. First, create time blocks. Use the create button to add events or time blocks for specific tasks. Clearly label these blocks, example, writing or email responding or etc. Set notifications. Enable reminders or notifications to alert you before your time block starts. Color coding. Assign colors to different categories. Example, blue for meetings, green for creative works, and etc. Next, recurring events. For repetitive tasks, set up a recurring events to save time on scheduling. The final point is on the integration. Sync Google Calendar with task management tools, example Asana or Trello, for streamlined workflow management. There are many other apps that can be found on the App Store, like Pomodoro timer, multiple timers, or even we can use the inbuilt clock for simple timer setup. That's all about the tools. Let's move on to the next strategy. Incorporate breaks. Schedule short breaks between time blocks to recharge and maintain focus. Techniques like the Pomodoro method, where work intervals are interspread with breaks, and they are highly effective. The next strategy is evaluate and refine. Regularly assess your time boxing approach to identify areas for improvement. Use feedback loops to refine task duration and adjust categories as needed. And the final strategy is plan reactionary time. Design time blocks for unplanned activities or interruptions. This ensures flexibility while maintaining overall productivity. Let's explore how Elon Musk uses time boxing. He plans his day in detail, splitting it into 5-minute slots. Here's a close look on his strategy. Number 1, detailed scheduling. Precise planning. That is, Musk divides his day into 5-minute blocks, making sure every moment is used efficiently. Pre-scheduled tasks. That is, each block is planned ahead with specific tasks, reducing decision-making duration during the day and boosting productivity. The next strategy is managing multiple roles. Musk manages several companies like Tesla and SpaceX. Time boxing helps him balance his time across these roles. Despite his busy work life, he schedules time for personal activities like being with his children. The next strategy is focus on core work. That is the major focus. Musk spends about 80% of his work hours on engineering and design, key areas for his company's success. And also prioritizing the impactful work. That is, instead of spending much time on admin tasks, he focuses on areas where he can make the biggest difference. The next strategy is strict time management. Musk moves to the next task when the time is up, keeping a steady workflow and preventing tasks from dragging on, and avoiding overrun to ensure no single task takes up too much time, keeping his busy day on track. By carefully planning and following a strict schedule, Elon Musk shows how time boxing can help manage a packed and demanding agenda effectively. Musk's time boxing is often seen as a great example of how to boost productivity. His method shows how disciplined time management can lead to a better efficiency and output. Next, let us look at the role of time boxing in modern workflows. Time boxing is a preferred method for managing complex workflows in modern professional environments. High achieving individuals such as Elon Musk attribute their success to structured schedules that balances numerous responsibilities. By planning tasks in increments and maintaining flexibility, they avoid burnout while achieving exceptional productivity. However, time boxing is not a one size fits all solution. Its effectiveness depends on customization and alignment with personal work habits and goals. For instance, while Musk's 5-minute increment approach may suit his high paced environment, others might find longer, uninterrupted time blocks more productive. So, the conclusion of the time boxing is going to be something like this. Time boxing is a powerful tool for managing time and enhancing productivity, provided it is implemented thoughtfully. By distinguishing tasks from events, categorizing work, and maintaining flexibility, individuals can harness the full potential of this technique. With consistent practice, users can overcome challenges and enjoy a more structured, less stressful workflow. As with any productivity method, success depends on regular evaluation and adaptation to individual needs and circumstances. It could be little difficult to start and execute consistently, but if we bring it into practice, we can make great progress with no stress. Let me end the session with a story. Once upon a time, in a small, quiet town of Chennai, there lived a man named Joe who had one very unique skill: procrastination. That is, delaying until the last minute. Joe could start anything: reading a book, organizing his garage, even making dinner, but he never seemed to finish anything. His life was a constant mix of half read books, unfinished projects, and cold takeouts. His friends often joked, "Joe, your procrastination is an Olympic sport. You would win right after everyone else." One day, while Joe was in the middle of another important task, watching cat video on the internet, his phone burst with a message from his friend Reena. She wrote, "Joe, I have a great solution for you. Meet me at the park at 4 p.m. and bring your calendar." Curious and suspicious, Joe showed up at the park, where Reena was holding something that looked like a mysterious glowing box. "What's that?" Joe asked, raising an eyebrow. "It's my latest invention, the time box," Reena said smilingly. "I know you are always running late, losing track of time, and let's face it, procrastinating. This box will change your life." Joe was fascinated but skeptical. "How does it work?" Reena explained. "Simple. You set a timer for each task you need to do, whether it's working, eating, or even scrolling through a phone. The box forces you to stay focused until the timer goes off. After that, it's on to the next task. Joe, thinking this sounded like a game, agreed to give it a try. Alright, Reena, I will humor you. Set it for 15 minutes. I will finally get to work on my garage project. Reena set the timer and handed the box to Joe. You have got 15 minutes to focus, no distractions. Joe chuckled, 15 minutes? I can do this in my sleep. At first, Joe felt like a hero. He started his garage project, hammering away with determination. But just as he was about to finish a shelf, the box beeped. Time's up. Next task. Reena announced with a mischievous smile. Wait, I'm not done yet, Joe protested. But the timer didn't listen, it beeped again, signaling him to move on. Fine, Joe muttered. I will do some laundry. He set the timer for 15 minutes, but then he got distracted by a hilarious meme on his phone. He laughed, scrolling through it until beep. Next task, the box yelled. Seriously, Joe was now mildly frustrated. I can't even finish a task without being interrupted. But Reena simply smiled and said, the box isn't interrupting you, it's teaching you to stay on track. Focused work means more accomplishment in less time. Joe reluctantly set the box again for another task, this time cooking dinner. But once more, the timer beeped when he was just about to serve the food. By now, Joe was frustrated, but he had a funny realization. Every time the timer went off, he had accomplished something, even if it wasn't perfect. He had made real progress on his garage, done his laundry, and almost cooked dinner. By the end of the day, Joe sat down, exhausted but surprisingly pleased. You know, Reena, I have gotten more done today than I have in weeks. Reena chuckled. See, the time box works. From that day forward, Joe used the time box every day. His life didn't suddenly become perfect. He still burned dinner occasionally and sometimes forgot where he puts his keys, but he got more done faster. His friends even stopped making jokes about his procrastination. Joe realized that with the right time box and a little discipline, he could tackle anything. Moral of the story: time boxing might feel annoying at first, but it's a powerful tool to help you stay focused and accomplish more in less time. And if you are like Joe, it might even add some humor to your day. Thank you everyone for listening. See you next time with another topic on productivity techniques everywhere and anywhere.